So you've just recently got guinea pigs, or maybe you've had them for quite a while, but either way, you're starting to get worried that they're still very scared, timid, and shy around you. It can be hard to know where to start with taming and how not to do anything that might scare them even more than they already are. So that's why we're gonna go back to basics with this video and cover 5 important pieces of advice that you need to know in order to help your shy guinea pig be more confident around you. And I want you to bear one thing in mind throughout this video, and that's that every single guinea pig is unique in their individual personality. And with shy guinea pigs especially, taming does take a long time and a lot of dedication from you as their owner. But once you get there, it is 100% worth it. And diving in with our first piece of advice is to take a second look at the environment your guinea pigs live in. So for starters, are they outside or inside with you? And the key thing to remember here is that outdoor piggies have a harder time becoming tame and forming a bond with us owners. And that's because they're usually kept in a quiet, dark environment, maybe a hutch or a shed, where they're simply not exposed to human goings on around them. They're not used to noises around the house. And as soon as you take them out of that environment and try to do lap time or floor time, you'll realize that they can really struggle to let go of their instinctive prey behaviors. And unfortunately, a lot of pet shops still push that idea that it's completely fine to keep guinea pigs in a hutch outside. So if you are going to get them soon, or you've bought them already and they are in a hutch, then please consider relocating them to be inside with you, where they can really be a part of the family. And the flip side of this is if you have indoor guinea pigs, then that's really great. But if they're still very shy and scared, then perhaps look at where they are located in the house. Is it a really busy part of the house where you've got people coming and going all the time, maybe making loud noises, forgetting that there's 2 very shy, scared guinea pigs tucked away in one corner? If that's the case, then it can make it more difficult for shy guinea pigs to relax and come out of their shell a little. So perhaps you might want to move them to a quieter area of the house where maybe you, their owner, is the main presence in that room, and you can have better control on the noise levels and disturbance within that room. Having said that though, guinea pigs are good at adapting and getting used to the sounds that go on around them. Even things like vacuuming don't bother my guinea pigs at all anymore, and even having the TV or music on reasonably loud once they're fully grown and fully tame isn't so much of a problem. So this is just in the early stages where it might bother young, very shy guinea pigs more and might be a kind of barrier to helping them get tame. Once they are more tame, you could move them back into a more central area of the household where they can interact with different people. Moving on to number 2, and it's other guinea pigs. So guinea pigs who are housed alone will find it naturally more difficult to bond with us as fast as guinea pigs who are kept in pairs or groups. And that's because guinea pigs naturally in the wild are herd animals. And so for them, that means safety in numbers. And the same thing applies in a domesticated situation. If they're in there with companions, they can feel a little bit more relaxed in that their companions are looking out for the herd and keeping their eyes open for any potential predators or other dangers that there might be. And also, guinea pigs learn off each other. So within any pair or trio, there's probably going to be a more confident guinea pig that the shy ones can look to and learn from and realize from that us humans aren't quite as scary as we first seem. So if you do have a single very shy guinea pig, then I would really urge you to go out and find a companion for him or her. It doesn't matter if you've already had them for a few months or even years. The new companion can be a different age to the guinea pig you already have. A lot of people don't realize that, and they don't get their guinea pig a friend because they think they have to be more or less the same age, when they definitely don't. And in fact, it might even be beneficial if they are different ages. So say you've got a single young guinea pig or a pair of young guinea pigs and you want to increase your herd size and you want want to adopt from a rescue, then you could get an adult guinea pig or a more senior piggy to go in with them, and chances are that older guinea pig is going to be more confident around humans, and so your younger ones will learn off them that humans aren't so bad after all. And I've really seen this work with my own piggies. So I had pairs of guinea pigs at first, and then when I wanted to increase my herd size, I ended up adopting from rescues and having sort of mixed ages. And in my herd at the moment, I've got one senior piggy, one adult almost senior pig, and then two younger girls. And I definitely see how the two youngest ones look to the others, see how brave and confident they are, and sort of realize in themselves, maybe I don't need to be such a wimp. At number 3, we have thinking about the way you act. So it's easy for us owners to get into different mindsets and think, oh, okay, now we're bonding and taming with the piggies, or now we're cleaning them out, now we're feeding them, and we need to do it as fast as possible because we've got somewhere else to be. But what we need to remember is that our guinea pigs are always perceiving us and sort of judging us and deciding whether we're a threat to them or not, regardless of whatever we're doing around them. So again, this doesn't mean that we need to be super careful and creep around them, but it does mean that we need to think about how not to be a predator. And key things to avoid in order to not be a predator are things like waving your arms around, making loud or sudden sounds or sudden movements, and chasing them around the cage. So we might inadvertently do some of these things when we're, say, cleaning out the cage and we're in a bit of a rush, but it doesn't take that much effort to just take a step back, check yourself, and remember to always be calm around your guinea pigs. Talk gently to them to make them aware of your presence. Whatever it is you're doing inside the cage, start off more slowly and gradually, and try to avoid making those sudden movements or sudden loud noises. And I can tell what some of you are thinking, and that's, what about picking them up? Because that's something that is inevitably going to scare them, especially if they like running away all the time and you find it difficult to catch them. And I think this is an exception, and I really believe that in order for us to be good owners, we need to be confident at picking up our guinea pigs and handling them correctly and confidently. And this basically comes with practice. So in the beginning, there is going to be some chasing and cornering them and acting like a predator whilst you learn how they move, how they react to certain things, and develop a way that you can pick them up easily out of the cage. You can, of course, try some well-known techniques such as encouraging them into a tunnel or a cozy bed and then scooping that whole thing out to take them out of the cage easily. But I think it is important to practice holding them normally as well, especially when it comes to things like health checks, weighing them, and nail clipping, or if you want to do floor time and inevitably you're going to have to catch them to put them back in the cage at the end of it. Numbers 4 and 5 are more about broad techniques that you can use to help tame your shy guinea pigs faster. And at number 4, we have food. So I cannot stress enough, always use food to your advantage. Even the shyest of guinea pigs will find it hard to resist food. And take a bit of time to find out what their favourite treats are. It might be fresh grass, fresh forages, lettuces or herbs. And whenever you feed your guinea pigs fresh food, stay with them while they eat it and try to hand feed them in the cage as well. This is so important for building up that connection that you mean good things, and it's a step beyond just not being a predator and not scaring them. And if you want to go that step further, take it beyond just the fresh stuff. Think about whenever there's food involved, maybe you're topping up the pellets or topping up the hay, just offer them a strand of hay or a pellet and talk to them and act calmly whilst you're doing it. All it takes is a few minutes each day to hand feed them, and it can really make a significant difference to the amount of time it takes to tame a shy guinea pig. And at number 5, the other technique which I think works really well for shy piggies is lap time. Lap time helps guinea pigs really overcome the fear of us because they are put in a situation where they're just exposed to us and there's no way they can get away, which might scare them in the beginning, but if you get into a routine of doing it on a regular basis, they will soon learn to calm down and realize that it's just part of their normal care routine. And for lap time, it's a good idea to have a calm, quiet area of the house that you can take them to for maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and try do it every day if you can, or 3 or 4 times a week at least. The more you do it, the quicker they'll get used to it, and quicker they'll get used to being around you as well. And for shy piggies especially, using a blanket so they can have something kind of to snuggle in and to partly cover them over. I'm not saying cover them completely, but maybe have their heads poking out. They will feel more safe and secure on your lap that way. And if you're worried about any accidents happening, you could always get a waterproof pad and put that over your knees first so they've got something waterproof to sit on. And during lap time, take the opportunity to talk to them, to stroke them, and you can even hand feed them. You might find that they don't take the food in the beginning, but eventually they won't be able to resist it and they'll start eating whilst on your lap. Again, the more often you do it, the quicker they will find themselves getting more comfortable. If you feel like you've been stuck in a rut and you're getting nowhere with taming, then take a look at the environment, think about their herd situation, think about the way you act, and then try those hand feeding and lap time techniques. And if you want to learn some more specific taming techniques and follow 10 steps that bring you right the way through from when you've just brought them home to things you can do with them when they are becoming a bit more tame, then I will pop up my how to tame a guinea pig video just here. I highly recommend watching that one if you haven't already. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. We will see you in the next video. Bye bye.